Hey guys, I'm Shante Shire or Yogi Tay, whatever floats your fancy. And this video is about 4 steps to get through heartbreak. I struggle with what my first YouTube, this is my first YouTube video, by the way, and I struggle with what my first YouTube video would be because this channel will be primarily about yoga and meditation and prayer and how to improve your life with those 3 things. So I struggle with what my first video would be because I feel like I kind of need an introduction. I want to just jump in and start doing yoga videos and y'all follow, like, who is this? So I think I picked this video because this is kind of what put me on my path. So heartbreak, it could be a good thing. It really can. I know that sounds crazy, like, yeah, okay, but we've all been heartbroken and we've all gotten through it, or you're getting through it, whether you realize it or not. This is for somebody who's going through it right now, who's looking for something right now, because you don't realize that you've been through it until you've gone through it. Then you're like, I'm doing pretty good. But for the people who are going through something right in this moment and need something right in this moment, the first step is probably to cry. That's inevitable. You're gonna cry. It's not my first real step, but don't feel like you're doing something wrong because you gotta cry, because you gotta cry. You gotta get through it. But you can't stay right there, right? So it's okay. That's a part of life. My first real step, though, is to accept it. You have to accept it. That's the first step. Yeah. So that means, like, you can't sit up and wait for this person to come back crawling on hands and knees like, oh, I suddenly have been enlightened that you were the perfect person for me. No, chances are you weren't the perfect person for that person, and chances are they weren't the perfect person for you. So take this time and maybe it brings me to my second point. Reflect on what you did right and what you did wrong, maybe what was done right or wrong to you, right? Maybe you didn't do that much wrong. Maybe you did. But either way, you have time, right? Because you're not like all up underneath this significant other. So, right? Study what you could have done differently, and you might need to forgive yourself for some things that you did wrong. You might not feel like you did that much wrong, but you did something wrong, okay, in this relationship. And I'm not saying that you are probably responsible for the demise of the relationship, but there is something that you could have done better. And it could be as simple as you allowed some things, or you ignored some things, right? You don't have to be like, it's my fault. Maybe the other person was abusive or a cheater. It's definitely probably their fault, but still, this is an exercise about you and what you can do to get through the breakup, right? You. So the focus is on you. So reflect on what you did wrong and right. You got to reflect on what the other person did wrong and right too, because you have to take the time to make sure that you're not going to go through these things again, that you'll see, those things coming maybe, and then learn how to navigate through them. So yeah, you got to work through it. So just don't stay there for too long, though. You know what I'm saying? Just for a second. And then you have to, for the third step, is focus. Figure out a focus on something other than that person. Maybe you have kids that you can focus more on. Spend some time with your children, watching movies, or just talking to them. How about pushing life and good things into your kids, right? Take them on dates. Yeah. Or your parents, or your siblings, or your friends, or your neighbors, somebody else, co-worker, somebody other than that person. Find something else to do. Focus on something else. Focus on you. Focus on maybe self-care, right? Because a lot of times when you're going through a breakup, you might forget to you just like kind of just existing. So take long baths and long showers, and maybe in those long baths and showers you cry. That's probably gonna happen, but that's okay. Take a long bath and cry, and then get out and slather something heavenly all over your body, some kind of body butter, spray something good on you. Maybe put some makeup on. Maybe put some heels on if you want to. Get your hair did, walk around, if you want to. I'm more of a barefoot princess, but to each his own, whatever makes you feel good. But figure it out. Find a grind, find a passion. For me, it was yoga. And I always say, like, yoga kind of found me. I don't know if I went looking for yoga or if it kind of just fell in my lap. For me, I had a issue with music, and I couldn't. I couldn't. The words in some music is just not for breakups. So I went to try to find music that didn't have words, and it kind of led me into like meditation music, and which led to meditation, which led to yoga, and a stronger prayer life with God, and it's just changed my life so much. So it's kind of what I meant when I said that it might be a good thing for you. And I know that it doesn't seem like it when you're going through it, but if me also, just a whole lot of little goals that I had for a long time that I kind of had let go by the wayside. I started to focus on them. So I was like 7 credits away from a degree. I got it. I was like with honors. By the way, I had took courses to become a licensed esthetician, and this never licensed. It had been years, so I took a refresher's course, then licensed. I know I said yoga, so I became a certified yoga instructor. So many things that I felt like I wasn't even praying for just came knocking on my door like, hey girl, we here. So I can't stress enough to find focus. Seriously, like that's probably the best step. Find focus. No, it's not the best step. My last step is the best step, and that's to pray. I know that sounds so cliche, like, just pray about it. People always saying that, like, just pray about it, but just pray about it. And pray and don't worry, because what kind of slap is it in the face of God to doubt him, right? My favorite Bible verse is Mark 11:24. I don't know it verbatim. Sorry. But I have it written somewhere. I like to look at it. So it's in my prayer journal. This is my prayer journal. One of my very good friends gave it to me for my birthday a couple of years ago. But anyways, yeah, it's in here somewhere. What's my favorite? I found, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. That's Mark 11:24. So it's in the Bible that you just ask for it and you just believe in it. That's all it takes. They say all the time that you need faith the size of a mustard seed, right? And you can like move mountains. And I think that we take it so literally that we don't understand the magnitude of it. That maybe that mountain won't move in this moment, but maybe it'll crumble away over time. And it might take some time, but you'll look up and that mountain's not there anymore, right? Maybe God removed it in pieces the size of mustard seeds because that's all the faith that you have. I don't know. when you pray, don't ask for prayer for spiteful things like revenge. Like, oh God, I want you to make sure somebody hurt them just like they hurt me. Like, no, you're supposed to be forgiving that person, right? And asking for forgiveness for yourself. Because there are some things that you need to be forgiven for. And if you need and you deserve forgiveness, then they do too. Even if they never come and say, hey, I know I hurt you and it wasn't my intention, so I want you to forgive me. That might not ever happen. Pretend it did, so that you can release that heaviness in your heart. Because when you're going through something, not just breakups, just heartbreak in general, because heartbreak can come from more than being broken up. It can come from losing loved ones, children or grandparents or parents or just friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, just heartbreak in general, right? So pray for strength and reassurance in yourself, and pray for getting through it. Pray for forgiveness in your heart for whatever they didn't ask for forgiveness for. Pray for forgiveness for yourself for what you did wrong, right? Pray for advancement. Pray for what's next, what else you have to get through, because it's something else you got to get over eventually. Yeah. I'm not saying the heartbreak just keeps happening, but sometimes it's not something we can avoid if you just live in your life like a normal person. And that's okay. We can find a focus and kind of direct your path, right? That's the whole like law of attraction. I'm a Christian. I don't pray to the universe. I pray to God, and that's not to say that anybody's practices are this is mine. I'm not throwing shade or light, none of that. I'm just saying that I think that God created the universe. I'm just gonna pray to Him, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. It's my preference, but whoever whatever you have to believe. You have to believe in it. You have to believe in its power. I believe in God and His power and the power of prayer. And I have faith, at least the size of a mustard seed, that things will be okay. And one more tip. I know I said I have 4 tips, but one more tip. I know I said that music bothered me, but choose good music, right? Don't listen to heartbreak music. Put some gospel on. I love gospel. Or if you're not into gospel, put some classical music on or some jazz. Probably don't play blues then, or I don't know. Maybe if you can separate your feelings from what you're hearing, but play good music and play it all the time. Play it while you're getting ready for your day. Play it when you're cooking. So yeah, that's 5 tips. You got a bonus. Thank you for watching my first video. Like it and subscribe if you liked it, if you want to subscribe. And I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you.